Have you ever caught your reflection in the mirror and for a split second thought, wait, is that really me? The silver at your roots, the growing streaks of gray, it creeps in quietly, but once it's there, you can't unsee it. And suddenly you're faced with a choice. Do I keep dyeing my hair or finally let it go gray? Let's be honest. This question isn't just about hair. It's about age, identity, how we see ourselves, and how the world sees us. It's about the quiet pressure to stay forever young, even when we're already fabulous just the way we are. Millions of women over 60 are standing at this very crossroads. Some choose to embrace their natural gray and never look back. Others keep coloring, swearing they'll never let the silver win. But here's the bold truth. Neither choice is wrong. And today we're diving deep into this decision. The fears, the freedom, the judgment, and the surprising power that comes from choosing what's right for you. So if you're staring at those silver strands with a mix of curiosity, hesitation, and maybe even a little rebellion, you're in the right place. Because this isn't just a video about hair. It's a conversation about confidence, about growing older with purpose, not apology. And by the end of this video, you might just see those grays in a completely different light. Ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about gray hair? Let's begin. Segment 2. Gray hair, a journey shared by millions. You're not the only one wondering if it's finally time to stop coloring your hair. You're not alone in catching that silvery glint in the mirror and feeling a mix of surprise, curiosity, maybe even a little discomfort. In fact, millions of women are right here with you, facing the same moment of truth. Because going gray isn't just happening to you. It's happening everywhere, across cities, across generations, across cultures. This isn't just a personal shift, it's a movement, and it's growing louder, stronger, and more unapologetic than ever. For decades, as society told women that gray hair equals old, tired, or invisible. That once the silver shows, we're supposed to fight it with everything we've got. Dye it, hide it, fix it, and pretend it's not there. But today, that narrative is crumbling because more and more women are saying, what if I don't hide it? What if I honor it? We're seeing an explosion of bold, beautiful, silver-haired women in the media and real life. Look at Andie MacDowell. Her natural gray curls turned heads at Cannes. Or Jamie Lee Curtis, whose iconic silver pixie cut made millions of women stop and think, maybe I can do that too. These women aren't hiding their age. They're highlighting it. But you don't have to be famous to own your silver. Thousands of everyday women are documenting their journeys online. They're posting before and after shots. They're sharing the hard days, like when someone said, you'd look so much younger if you dyed it again. And they're sharing the breakthroughs, like when a stranger compliments their confidence, or when they finally look in the mirror and smile. There's even a name for this sisterhood, number Silver Sisters, a worldwide community of women who've decided to live life on their terms. Some of them started going gray in their 30s. Others waited until their 60s, 70s, even 80s. But they all share something powerful. They've made a conscious decision to redefine beauty. And here's what's interesting. Many women who go gray say they've never felt more themselves. No longer chasing root touch-ups every 3 weeks. No longer hiding. Just free. Let's be real. The journey isn't always easy. There's an in-between stage. The awkward grow out. The doubts. But through all of that, there's something deeper happening. A sense of peace. Authenticity. And often, a quiet kind of joy. So no, you're not alone in this. You're part of something real, something brave, something beautiful. And if you're still unsure whether gray is right for you, don't worry. In the next part, we'll explore why so many women take the leap and why so few ever go back. Trust me, it's more than a trend. It's a transformation. Let's keep going. Segment 3, why so many women choose to embrace their natural gray hair. So why do so many women make the leap? Why do they choose to let the dye go and let their silver shine through? The answer isn't just about hair color. It's about something far deeper, something that has to do with freedom, peace, and identity. For many women, going gray is the moment they stop living by someone else's rules. It's a quiet rebellion against the message we've all been fed for decades, that youth equals beauty, that aging must be hidden, that silver hair is something to fix. Instead, these women are saying, I am not broken, I'm evolving. And that shift in mindset changes everything. One of the biggest reasons women go gray is freedom. Freedom from the appointments, from the constant touch-ups, from the chemicals, from spending hours and dollars every few weeks trying to look like someone they used to be. They're tired of the cycle, tired of the pressure, and they're ready to spend their energy on something more meaningful than matching their roots to a bottle. Another reason, authenticity. There's something deeply powerful about looking in the mirror and seeing yourself, not a version of you designed to meet someone else's expectations. Many women describe the moment they stopped dyeing their hair as the moment they started feeling more honest with themselves. They no longer had to hide their age. They didn't feel the need to apologize for getting older. They finally felt whole. And let's talk about confidence, because something amazing happens when a woman owns her gray. She begins to glow, not just because her silver hair shines in the light, but because she finally feels aligned inside and out. There's beauty in silver, in the softness of it, in the boldness of it. It's not just hair, it's an energy, a presence, a kind of quiet power that says, I know who I am. For many women, this decision even sparks transformation in other areas of life. They start dressing differently. They stand taller. They stop shrinking to fit into a version of beauty that was never meant to last forever. And perhaps most importantly, they become role models, not just for younger women, but for each other. They're proof that beauty doesn't end at 50. It evolves, it deepens, and sometimes it starts with silver. So if you've ever thought about going gray, know this: you're not giving up, you're stepping up. And in the next section, we'll explore why others still choose to color and why that's just as valid. Because no matter which path you choose, it should always be yours. Let's keep going. Segment 4, why some women still choose to color their hair, and that's okay. Now let's be honest. Not every woman is ready or willing to embrace her natural gray, and that's perfectly okay. Because the truth is, this isn't a one-size-fits-all journey. And going gray doesn't make you more authentic any more than coloring your hair makes you less confident. It's not about silver versus dye, it's about choice. For many women, keeping their hair colored is about more than just appearance. It's about continuity, a sense of control, of feeling put together, vibrant, youthful, on their own terms. Some women say, I just feel more like myself with dark hair, or red, or honey blonde. And why not? Coloring your hair can be a creative outlet, a form of self-expression. It can give you a boost when life feels a little out of balance, and for some it's simply part of who they are, and have been for decades. There's also the practical side to consider. Not everyone wants to go through the awkward transition stage, the grow out, the multiple salon visits, the uncertain in between. For women with busy lives, professional commitments, or personal preferences, dyeing may feel like the easier, cleaner choice. And that doesn't make them insecure. It makes them intentional. Then there's the emotional layer. For some women, gray hair feels like a reminder of things they're not ready to face. Aging, loss, time passing. And that's real. We don't all arrive at self-acceptance on the same timeline, and we shouldn't feel pressured to do so just to follow a trend. That's the beautiful thing about growing older. You get to decide what works for you, not for your friends, not for society, not even for what's in right now, but for the woman you see in the mirror every morning and what makes her feel strong, beautiful, and seen. Let's celebrate both paths, because whether you're touching up your roots every month or letting your silver sparkle in the sun, the real power comes from owning your choice. And guess what? Many women even move between both paths in different seasons of life. They might color their hair now and embrace gray later, or vice versa. It's not a rigid decision, it's a personal rhythm. So no judgment, no pressure, just grace. Because this journey isn't about hair, it's about freedom. And freedom means being allowed to change, evolve, and redefine yourself as many times as you need. Up next, we're going to explore what happens when women finally take the leap, how to navigate the gray transition with confidence, grace, and a little style. Stay with me. It only gets better from here. Segment 5, how to transition to gray hair gracefully. Real tips for real women. So you've decided you're ready to stop covering the silver and start embracing it. But now comes the question, how do you actually make the transition without feeling awkward, overwhelmed, or lost? The good news is, you don't need to figure it all out at once, and you don't have to go it alone. Here are a few real practical tips to help you move from colored hair to natural gray in a way that feels confident, intentional, and fully you. Tip 1. Trim with purpose. You don't need to chop it all off, unless you want to. Some women go for the bold, big chop to remove all the dyed hair in one go. Others prefer a gradual approach, cutting a little every few weeks to slowly let the gray take over. There's no right or wrong. Just do what feels right for your pace and your personality. Tip 2. Blend the transition. If the stark contrast between your roots and the dyed lengths feels intimidating, talk to your stylist about blending techniques. Silver highlights, cool tone lowlights, or a gray balayage can make the grow out look soft and natural, not harsh or patchy. Blending helps you feel polished while the gray comes in. Tip 3. Adjust your hair care routine. Gray hair has its own texture. It's often drier, more coarse, or prone to yellowing. Switch to products made for silver hair. Purple shampoos to fight brassiness. Deep conditioners for softness. Shine serums to keep your gray glowing. Taking care of your new texture is key to keeping it beautiful, not brittle. Tip 4. Embrace the in-between. The transition phase can feel awkward, but it doesn't have to. Scarves, headbands, hats, and playful accessories can help you feel put together, even on days when your hair feels half and half. You can also experiment with new styles, updos, braids, soft waves, to make the contrast work for you. Tip 5. Own your decision out loud. People will notice. Some will cheer you on. Some may question you. But here's what matters. You know why you're doing this. Remind yourself, this isn't about what anyone else thinks. It's about feeling aligned with the woman you see in the mirror. And believe it or not, many women report getting more compliments during the transition phase than ever before. Confidence is magnetic. Going gray is a personal choice, but it's also a powerful one. And when done on your terms, with care and confidence, it can become one of the most liberating changes of your life. In the next part, we'll talk about something even more exciting. How gray hair isn't just natural. It's stylish, elegant, and incredibly modern. Let's keep going. Segment 6. Gray hair can be incredibly elegant, sexy, and modern. Now that you've started, or maybe just started considering, the transition to natural gray, let's talk about something that doesn't get said enough. Gray hair can be absolutely stunning. Yes, stunning. Not just acceptable, not just good for your age, but bold, sophisticated, chic, and even, dare we say it, sexy. Because here's the truth, going gray isn't about fading into the background. It's about stepping into a new kind of spotlight. For decades, the beauty industry tried to sell us the idea that silver hair belonged in the shadows, that it was something to hide, to correct, to reverse. But look around today, and you'll see a very different story unfolding. Women with gray hair are gracing magazine covers, walking runways, owning red carpets, and maybe even more importantly, owning rooms. They've discovered what we're about to explore in this section, that silver hair, when embraced with the right care, style, and confidence, can become your most iconic feature. Silver as a signature. Think about women like Helen Mirren or Glenn Close. Their silver white hair isn't aging them, it's elevating them. It has become part of their brand, a visual signature that says, I am timeless and I'm not afraid to be seen. Gray hair has a certain presence. It carries elegance and maturity, yes, but also edge and individuality. It tells the world, I'm comfortable in my skin. I've lived. I've earned this. And nothing is more attractive than a woman who walks into a room owning exactly who she is. The right cut makes all the difference. The key to making gray hair look intentional and not accidental is the cut. When you're no longer relying on color to add personality, your haircut steps up to do the talking. Layers, texture, movement, volume. These things matter more than ever. Consider a sharp, chin-length bob for modern elegance, a layered pixie for confidence and ease, a long silver mane with soft waves for a goddess vibe, or a sleek, blunt cut that screams style icon. Talk to a stylist who understands gray hair and how it behaves. Because yes, gray has its own texture, thickness, and quirks. But when cut properly, it becomes a statement. Complementing the silver, makeup, clothing, and color. One common worry is, will I look washed out? The answer? Not if you know how to play with contrast. Silver hair is neutral, like platinum blonde, and that's a gift. It opens the door to new makeup tones, bolder lip colors, and richer wardrobe choices. Try berry or rose lipsticks to bring warmth to your face, defined brows to anchor your features, soft blush or bronzer for a healthy glow. Clothing in cool tones like navy, white, charcoal, emerald, or even bright red. These pop beautifully against silver strands. You don't have to wear gray just because your hair is gray. In fact, it's often the contrast that creates the most striking look. The confidence factor. Here's what really pulls the whole look together: confidence. Gray hair without confidence can feel like surrender, but gray hair with confidence, that's a whole different energy. It's powerful, feminine, self-assured. It's not apologizing for aging, it's redefining it. Many women say that after going gray, they actually started taking more risks with style. They tried bolder glasses, more structured jackets, funkier earrings. Their silver hair gave them permission to play, to stand out, to own their uniqueness. And that's what beauty after 50 really is. It's not about chasing youth. It's about discovering who you really are and turning up the volume. You don't disappear, you shine. Let's be clear, going gray doesn't mean you disappear. You don't fade, you don't shrink, you shine. And in a culture obsessed with youth, that shine is revolutionary. It challenges everything we were told growing up, that after a certain age, we should dress quietly, speak softly, blend in. But your silver hair, it's a spotlight. It catches the light. It catches attention. It tells a story. Your story. In the final section of this journey, we'll bring it all home. We'll talk about what this decision really means, not just for your hair, but for how you see yourself. Because going gray might be about hair on the surface, but underneath, it's about freedom, authenticity, and owning your beauty at every stage of life. Let's wrap this up together. Segment 7, Gray Hair, Real Power. It was never just about hair. So here we are, at the end of this journey together. We've talked about gray hair from every angle: the fears, the freedom, the transitions, the style, the judgment, the beauty. But now it's time to say something louder, something deeper, something that every woman watching this, whether you're 50, 60, 70, or beyond, needs to hear. This was never just about hair. Not really, because hair is never just hair. It's identity, it's memory, it's emotion. It's the story we've carried through every phase of our lives, from the first haircut we cried over as a little girl, to the color we tried in our 20s to feel bold, to the highlights we clung to in our 40s to feel youthful, and now to the silver strands we're learning to love, not because we have to, but because we finally can. Going gray is not about giving up. It's not about aging gracefully either, because you know what? You don't owe anyone grace. You owe yourself truth. And the truth is, you are allowed to age loudly, to wear your silver like armor, like art, like freedom, to walk into a room and not shrink, but expand. For so long, women were taught that growing older meant fading, that our worth, our beauty, our relevance, all had expiration dates. But look at you now, still here, still radiant, still rewriting the rules. Gray hair is not a surrender, it's a reclamation. It's saying, I've earned this, I've lived, I've learned, and I have nothing to hide. It's saying, well, I get to define what beauty looks like at this age, my age. And most of all, it's saying, I'm done asking for permission to be exactly who I am. Maybe you'll go gray. Maybe you won't. Maybe your silver will come in slowly, or you'll color it for a while longer. It doesn't matter. Because what does matter is that from this day forward, you make that choice from power, not pressure, from confidence, not fear, from love, not from someone else's expectations. You are not less because of a number. You are more because of every moment that brought you here. So wear your hair however makes you feel most alive. Cut it short, grow it long, keep it red, let it sparkle. But whatever you do it for you. Because your beauty didn't end when you turned 50. It evolved. And in many ways, it finally came home. If this video made you feel seen, understood, or even just a little bit more confident about who you are right now, then I'm honored. You're part of a quiet revolution, a movement of women redefining aging not as an ending, but as an arrival, not as fading away, but as stepping fully into your light. If you have your own gray hair story, or you're just beginning one, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share your experience. Let's keep this conversation going. And if you know another woman who's standing in front of that mirror, wondering if she's ready, send her this video. Let her know she's not alone, because she isn't. We're in this together. Silver strands, strong hearts, and stories that are still being written. Thanks for spending this time with me. And until next time, stay bold, stay beautiful, and most of all, stay you. It's more than hair. It's your time to shine. If you've made it to this point in the video, thank you, truly, because that means you didn't just come here for tips. You came here for something deeper, for permission to think differently about beauty, about aging, and about yourself. And I hope this gave you that, whether you're just now noticing your first silver strands, or you've been dyeing your hair for decades, or you've already let it grow out and you're rocking your natural gray with pride. Just remember this: there is no one right way to be a woman over 50. There is only your way. Letting your hair go gray is personal, intimate, sometimes emotional. But it's also empowering because it brings the focus back to where it belongs, on what makes you feel like you. Some women feel their best with a bold silver pixie cut. Others love their deep chestnut or golden highlights. Some keep experimenting because they can. And that's the point. You get to choose. That's where the real beauty lies. So as we wrap up, I want to say this from the heart. You are not defined by your age. You are not made less valuable because of a number. And you most definitely are not invisible. You are still evolving, still radiant, still becoming. And this might just be the beginning of your most confident, authentic chapter yet. If this video resonated with you, even just a little, I'd love to invite you to be part of this growing, beautiful community of women who are redefining what aging looks and feels like. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. We talk about beauty, confidence, mindset, and style, all tailored for women 50 and up. Drop a comment below. What's your gray hair story? Or where are you on your journey? I read everyone. And if you know someone who's struggling with this decision, feel free to share this video with her. Sometimes just hearing you're not alone can be life-changing. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for showing up for yourself. And remember, you're not getting older. You're growing into your power. Until next time, stay strong, stay silver, or not, and most of all, stay you.